Since the early days of Formula One racing, the cutting-edge technology that has resulted from intense competition has found its way into the street car. One example of this transfer of technology from Formula One to road cars is the cellar-speed electronic gearbox, once reserved for the racers, now seen in many road cars. First introduced by Ferrari, some models of Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Alfa Romeo, Lancia, Peugeot and Maserati now also use variations of the robotic gearbox.
It obviously ensures that the driver can change gear at the optimum point without taking his hands off the steering wheel. It's become universal because it's an obvious aid to Formula One, and any new innovation like that becomes immediately universal, everyone has to have it. Obviously it's because there's a big performance advantage, and now it's absolutely standard and essential in Formula One.
The Italian thoroughbred Maserati released their Gran Turismo S, a 4.7-litre V8 sports car that owes a lot of its technology to Formula One. Featuring an electronically actuated 6-speed gearbox with a twin-disc clutch and triple cone synchronizers on the first and second gears and double cones on the other gears. The Maserati has management software that allows for super fast gear change times. Gear shift phases are partially overlapped. Gear disengagement takes place before the clutch is fully open, and clutch closing takes place before the gear is fully engaged. The racing-derived twin-disc clutch is particularly suited to higher performance cars. At 215mm, the reduced size of the clutch and the smaller diameter of the flywheel, 240mm, notably keeps the unit's overall mass to a minimum. This solution notably reduces the engine's inertia compared to a single disc setup. This system provides easier access to the full rev range and results in a quicker response from the gears, faster shifts and improved gearbox dynamics. The sequential robotic gearbox can be used in two ways, manual and automatic. The Italian firm Marelli are responsible for 80% of all electronic components used in Formula One. Like the cellar-speed gearbox, many of these designs will eventually find their way into road cars, suitably adapted for the very different environment of everyday motoring. Over 10 years ago, the first Marelli-developed steering wheel display was released, and variations on the design have become standard equipment in Formula One since. A vast array of information can be displayed, fully customised to suit each driver. Formula One electronics are a silent, microscopic and almost invisible technology at the very edge of sensitivity, computing power and design. As in everything in the sport, lighter weight, quicker response and greater capacity are the imperatives. Marelli makes a total of 12 different components for Formula One, but details of the designs for each team are of course top secret. This includes Step 11, the Master Control Box. Step 11 is the brain of the racing car. Among other things, it's vital for telemetry. During the race, more than 200 sensors on the car measures everything that happens: gear changes, various motor temperatures and pressures. The Master Control Box records all these measurements and transmits the data back to the engineers in the pits. That way the team can work out a winning strategy based on what the car and the driver can do on the track and what the team can do in the pits. Thanks to industrial radiography, X-ray technology, all the products are checked before they are delivered to the various teams. It's especially important to make sure the components are correctly positioned after they've been cast into solid blocks to protect them from heat and vibration.
The electronics components on the car, a Formula One car is a very complex item, and the electronic systems are very key to that in all elements of Formula One racing cars.
Although in recent years critics have noted that some technology is going from production cars to F1 and not the other way around. The innovative world of F1 remains a hotbed of development for the car industry. As fuel consumption and the use of non-renewable energies is becoming an area of international concern, no doubt Formula One technology will move rapidly to respond.